Hey guys, it's Chelsa Messenger with Picks and Parlays. We're talking college hoops. It's conference tournament season, and we're headed to Nashville where the SEC tournament is going on. We've got South Carolina taking on Mississippi. We've got a promo code. The code is MAD for 20% off the entire site at picksandparlays.net. Ole Miss favored -7, total of 141. South Carolina comes in at 6-14 on the year, 7-13 against the number. Meanwhile, Ole Miss is 15-10, 14-11 against the spread. We've got Dan Kaiser here to break this one all down for us. Dan, initial thoughts on South Carolina and Ole Miss?
When I look at these early games, especially in these big conferences, one thing I kind of look at or try to figure out is motivation. You got the South Carolina team coming in. Basically, the only chance they got to making the big dance is to win. To win this tournament, they have to win 4 or 5 games, and they've only won 4 games in the conference all season. So the odds, they have to figure the odds of them winning this tournament are pretty low. And with all the stuff they've had to go through with COVID protocols, I mean, do they really want to be here? Would they figure they can mail this one in, go home, relax, maybe get some pizza? So that's one kind of thing I kind of look at in this one. Ole Miss, they were 10-8 in the conference. It was good enough for 6th place. They come in winning seven games in a row. And I look at this, and especially this motivation. When you look at South Carolina, I mean, they just didn't show up against Kentucky. They got pounded 92-64. I just don't think they have any will to play in this game. When they did have will at the beginning of the season, they can't shoot the ball, they can't score. So I don't see them hanging around long in this game. And I'd like Mississippi to really win this game quite easily.
Right, because the worrisome thing about South Carolina, if you were to take them, they've lost their past 2 games by a ton of points, losing to Arkansas 101-73, and then to Kentucky 92-64. So it's not been even close losses. They've been shot out of the gym, it seems like, in those past 2 losses. And you've got Ole Miss, who's been a little bit better, as of late. A win over Vanderbilt is not a huge deal, but they did beat Kentucky team that has been a little bit better towards the end of the season. And then they beat Missouri, who's, at times been a good team. Looking at a total of 141, do you have any leanings there?
Yeah, I definitely have to lean on the under in this one because I just can't trust South Carolina to score. I mean, they shoot around 47% from inside the arc, only around 30% from outside the arc, and even if it's close, the one thing about South Carolina is they can't shoot free throws. They only shoot 66% from the line. So even if you're close to the total or close to a cover, backdoor cover, they just can't make free throws either. So all that and Mississippi, Ole Miss, they rebound the ball really well on both ends of the court. Number 1 in the conference at turnovers, so that will limit South Carolina's ability to put up points to help this game go over the over. So I'm leaning on the under in this one.
Right. If you're thinking a blowouts usually kill overs, because one team just basically gives up towards the end and, thinking about pizza as you phrased it. And then Ole Miss, their offense only averaging 68 points per game, so definitely not a prolific offense. And if you look at the rankings of both these teams offensively, it is not pretty. Both these teams in the 300s in some of these categories when it comes to national rankings. So probably not the best basketball we'll see all weekend, but if you like to gamble on it, we're here for you, and that's why we have our experts like Dan Kaiser here to help you out. Great stuff from Dan. Dan, thanks for joining us on Picks and Parlays.